Half of all men who die from heart disease had no prior symptoms. They felt fine, they exercised. Some even had normal cholesterol. So what did they miss? The truth is this: heart disease does not usually announce itself with pain. It develops silently inside the artery wall, preserving blood flow while danger builds underneath. In this video, we will break down the anatomy, the biology, and the exact mechanisms that turn a stable life into a sudden emergency. It is 6:15 in the morning. The sun is just coming up. A 48-year-old father laces his running shoes. He has done this for years. He eats clean. He does not smoke. His blood work last year was normal. He runs 5 miles, feels strong, showers, drinks coffee, and somewhere inside his chest, an artery is 90% blocked. He has no idea your arteries can be critically narrowed and still deliver enough blood to keep you feeling completely normal, until the exact second they cannot. Half of biology does not reward fitness alone. It rewards stability. And your body is exceptionally good at hiding danger. That is why, for nearly half of men, the first symptom of heart disease is not pain, it is sudden death. In this video, I will show you why a strong heart can fail, how your body conceals these silent threats, and the only reliable way to detect them before it is too late. To understand failure, we need anatomy. The heart is not just a pump, it is a muscle with one of the highest oxygen demands in the body. Every second, it must feed itself. It does that through a network of vessels wrapped around it called the coronary arteries. Early anatomists thought these vessels resembled a crown, which is where the word coronary comes from. But I want you to picture something else. Imagine a massive tree. The trunk is the heart. The coronary arteries are its roots. Cut off a root, and the branch it feeds withers quickly. There are 2 primary arteries, the right coronary artery and the left coronary artery. The left divides into a large vessel called the left anterior descending artery, or LAD. In emergency medicine, it carries a grim nickname, the Widowmaker. Why? Because of simple geometry. The LAD supplies blood to the front wall of the left ventricle, the heart's main pumping chamber. Block a small branch and you lose a leaf. Block the trunk and the entire tree collapses. Now think back to that runner. How does someone disciplined, consistent, and seemingly healthy develop a blockage in the first place? It begins quietly in the vessel wall. A healthy artery is elastic, like a new rubber hose. Its inner lining, the tunica intima, is smooth. Blood flows across it effortlessly. But over decades, stress accumulates. High blood pressure creates mechanical strain. Elevated blood sugar fuels inflammation. Smoking introduces toxins. Even years of intense endurance training can produce microscopic wear in susceptible individuals. Tiny scratches form along that smooth inner surface. The body responds like it always does. It repairs. LDL cholesterol is sent to patch the damaged area. White blood cells arrive to clean up debris. They ingest the cholesterol, transform into foam cells, and eventually harden. Layer by layer, year after year, that repair process becomes build-up. This is atherosclerosis. Here is the misconception that kills people. Most imagine plaque like hair clogging a drain. The pipe narrows gradually until water stops flowing. They assume they will feel something as it closes, but the body adapts. As plaque grows, the artery often stretches outward. This is called positive remodeling. The inner channel remains wide enough to maintain blood flow, even as dangerous material accumulates within the wall. Our runner can still finish his race. He can still breathe normally. He can still feel strong because the lumen is still open. Which explains the statistic. For about 50% of men and 64% of women, the first symptom of heart disease is sudden death. So what flips the switch? Stability. Imagine that plaque deposit like a blister under thin skin. Soft plaque is unstable. It is packed with inflammatory material. Now imagine a sudden spike in blood pressure, a surge of adrenaline, an all-out sprint to the finish line. The thin cap tears. When it ruptures, its contents spill into the bloodstream. Your body reacts instantly. It sees what looks like a wound and deploys platelets to form a clot. That reaction saves your life when you cut your finger. Inside a coronary artery, it can end it. Within minutes, the clot expands and completely seals the vessel. Blood flow stops abruptly. It is not the slow narrowing that shuts things down. It is the sudden clot. a cork driven into a bottle. This is a type 1 myocardial infarction. Consider a disciplined 50-year-old runner named Robert. His cholesterol is decent. He trains consistently. During a race, he does not feel crushing chest pain. He just feels off, lightheaded, nauseated. His energy collapses. At the hospital, doctors detect troponin in his blood. Troponin is a protein locked inside heart muscle cells. When those cells die, it leaks out like the liquid inside a glow stick when it snaps. Robert is having a heart attack. But when doctors examine his arteries, they do not find a fully blocked vessel. They find a 50% narrowing. So what really happened? At rest, that 50% narrowing is manageable. Supply meets demand. But during intense exertion, his heart rate climbs. Oxygen demand skyrockets. The partially narrowed artery cannot deliver enough blood to keep up. The imbalance suffocates the muscle. This is a type 2 myocardial infarction, not caused by a sudden clot, but by supply failing to meet demand. Now add another stressor like atrial fibrillation. The upper chambers quiver instead of contracting efficiently. The rhythm becomes chaotic. Filling time shortens, blood delivery drops further. A partially narrowed artery, a racing heart, reduced filling time, the perfect storm. Many assume they would feel warning signs early. In reality, chest pain typically appears when an artery is about 70% narrowed. Below that, compensation hides the danger. Above that, you may feel pressure during exertion that fades with rest. This is stable angina, the heart's check engine light. But most fatal heart attacks originate in plaques that were less than 50% blocked. There is, however, some hope. The heart can build detours. Over time, it develops collateral vessels, alternate routes that bypass chronic blockages. That is why an older person sometimes survives an event that would devastate someone younger. Their heart had time to construct side streets. Exercise helps build those detours. It does not erase plaque, but it buys time. And in cardiology, time is muscle. After about 20 minutes of complete blockage, irreversible damage begins. After 90 minutes, living tissue becomes scar. Scar tissue does not contract. It does not pump. Symptoms matter. Men often feel crushing chest pressure radiating to the arm or jaw. Women more commonly report overwhelming fatigue, shortness of breath, nausea, or severe indigestion. Sometimes it is just a sudden sense that something is very wrong. If an artery closes, cardiologists perform a percutaneous coronary intervention. A catheter is guided through the wrist or groin. Dye maps the blockage. A balloon reopens the vessel. A stent holds it open. But the real victory is never needing that procedure. Standard blood tests tell you what is floating in your bloodstream. They do not reveal what is embedded in your artery walls. A coronary artery calcium score is a quick CT scan that measures hardened plaque. A score of 0 is reassuring. A score above 400 signals very high risk. A CT coronary angiogram goes further. It visualizes soft plaque, the unstable lesions most likely to rupture. The so-called healthy heart attack is usually not random. It is undetected. Control blood pressure, regulate blood sugar, reduce inflammation, stay active, but do not assume fitness equals immunity. Do not guess. Measure, scan, know.